I've been competing since 2015, so it's about almost 3 years already. And what inspired me is actually, like I mentioned just now, the more changes I see in my body, the more it becomes an addiction. And I want to push, I always like to push myself far to see how far I can go and to what extent that my body and my mind could take it. Yeah. My name is Nurhasilah. I'm 34 years old and I'm a full-time personal trainer. Initially, as a start, when I started in the fitness line, I wanted to fight. I was doing MMA, Muay Thai. And at that moment of time, I was actually a flight attendant. So the career actually stops me from fighting. During Muay Thai training and MMA training, I do a lot of interval trainings and also weight trainings. And during that period, I saw a lot of changes in my body. So it becomes an addiction. The more I see changes in my body, the more it becomes an addiction. So that's where I started myself in bodybuilding. So far, I've done 2 categories, which is body figure and also tall class bikini. Currently, I'm going off season. I'm taking a break and I'm coming back stronger next year. Good question. Off season, yes, occasionally, because I'm a sweet tooth, occasionally I like to crave on sweet stuff. And obviously, yes, what I like about comp prepping is it keeps my mindset focused. Training, diet, sleep, which is very disciplined. You know, I've always set myself, okay, Sheila, it's time to sleep, it's time to eat. You know, when off season, sometimes I'm always like, you know, telling myself, okay, you know, I can do training later. So that's the difference. Yeah. Off seasons, I've always been on semi-diet since I was a little girl. I've always been introduced with nutrition food since I was a little girl. So I've always been off season. I've always been in semi-diet. Currently, I'm actually not seeing anybody. Single mom. Yeah. So my only partner I have now it's my son, and he's being a very very good partner. Always been reminding me, okay, mommy, it's time to eat now. Are you going to training today? Have you do your cardio? So he's my best partner. My families, they are quite supportive when it comes to competing. My sisters, my son do come and support me during competition. I have a lot of friends who are always motivating me and always pushing me to go for competitions, which is great. My supplement is the usual. I always take fish oil, multi-women's vitamins and calcium tablets. I don't really focus much on supplements that much because my usual intake is normal food. So my usual intake is carbohydrate and before and after. And yes, amino after training. Yeah. I will always say discipline. Number 1 is discipline. Number 2 is finance. If you're not ready to be disciplined in terms of letting go of your time, there's a lot of time commitment have to be involved. So a lot of your free time need to be put on training and also sleep and prepping of food. Discipline. Number 2, finance. It's I would say it's quite an expensive sport because it's not just food, not just nutrition. Supplements. You have to be prepared on stage. Posing classes, bikinis are not cheap. Makeup, you need to have a very good makeup artist to look good on stage. Hairstylist, complements everything. Heels, competition heels, it's not cheap either. So I would say finance, keep your finance on track and also discipline. I hate cardio, but when you got to do it, you just got to do it. Fasted cardio, the last 2 weeks is always the killer. That's the most thing that's always dragging me down. Waking up like early in the morning and ending the day with cardio, it's always draining me down. Yeah, like every fitness competitor, I would always love to be a pro one day. It's not just the credential. Yeah, some people, yes, they go for the credential because of the career-wise. For me, it's just personal achievement. I want to see how far I can go, how far my body and my mind can take me. Always start slow, okay? Always believe the progress, okay? Do not get very upset or do not get very demoralized, you know, when you go to training and people are looking at you because you're just a different size, you know? Focus. Have this mentality in you that, you know, one day you're going to prove to these people that you're going to be a different you. yes, it's going to be a very, very tough journey. Okay, always, like I mentioned again, always enjoy the process, believe in the process. Okay, always believe that it's always 70% diet, 30% training. Personally, as experience, I would say the hormone changes that we have. The hormone changes that we have. It's of course when you get dehydrated, you have skin issues, your hair starts to fall, and your menstrual cycles also starts to be irregular. That is actually a huge challenges that we as a female competitor always faces. Yeah, I've always looked forward to watching female category. Number one, personally, it's always like a homework for me. Like I've always like, okay, wow, this girl from this country, she's this good. Like, oh, she got good shoulders. Another female, she's from a different country. Wow, she got fantastic abs. So it's like a homework for me. It's like a motivation for me. So I would always tell all females, always come and watch as a motivation. Show of Strength is definitely one of a good show. It's not just about bodybuilding. I look forward to see you there. When you see me, say hi.